Okay, race fans, let's talk about Wednesday, July 29th here at Delaware Park. We had a big 9-race card. The handle was pretty strong today. Thanks to all our fans and bettors and horsemen and horses for making it happen. Let's get right to the racing action here. Race 1 would kick off the popular early pick 5. Strong handle in race 1. They bet over 320,000 total. The early pick 5 attracted almost 100,000. We're going a mile 70 yards. Main track was muddy for the first 7 races today. Off the turf today. We had a bunch of rain on Tuesday, so no turf on Wednesday here at Delaware Park. Race 1's a claiming 7,500 for filly and mares 3 and up. Never won 3 or straight 3-year-old fillies. Let's go to the voice of Delaware Park, Josh Brown, with the call of Wednesday's opener.
Here in the gate. Away and running. Backwall Bandit drifted right when the starter pressed the button. Naomi and Ruth showing good early speed. So is Aggro. Hustled hard as Wicked Kitten. And as the bell tolls, adds fuel to the fire. And this pace is wicked. Around the first turn they go. Naomi and Ruth comes away with the outright lead. Backwall Bandit engages to join that fight for second. And as the bell tolls, protects that rail position. Wicked Kitten came away in fourth. And Aggro is hampered entering the first turn. There's a gap of 3 back to Warrior's Jewel, who was reluctant to load. Forget Tomorrow has a hot pace to chase. Passia near the back of the pack, and Turbo Millia long looking last. So the pace is keen in the first of the day, and Naomi and Ruth now makes play. Shows the way by 1. Backwall Bandit continues to track nicely with no excuses at second as they pass the 4.5. As the bell tolls right there, trying to get off that muddy track rail for a clear shot of the top 2, and Aggro continues to advance while Wicked Kitten goes wide. Around the turn they go, and there goes Backwall Bandit on the middle of the track, 3 wide as the bell tolls, who's had the run of the race. And as the bell tolls, sweeps up with ease to confront Backwall Bandit. Naomi and Ruth went too fast, too early. Aggro tries to move into third, and nobody's making inroads from the back of the pack just yet as they turn for home. As the bell tolls, now looking for the competition, and there's none in sight. Backwall Bandit is going to try to rebattle in that second place position. Aggro clinging on to third, closing in late as Passia and Warriors Jew, but inside the final 16th of a mile. The early money was spot on and odds of 8-5 as the bell tolls, ears pricked and just cantered under the line. Backwall Bandit second, Aggro was third, and Passia was fourth.
My best bet of the day, as the bell tolls, a 3-year-old daughter of Matoli, who had already won 3 races, going against older filly and mares who haven't won 3. Well, she gets her 4th lifetime win from 12 starts. She went off 8-5 and paid $5.40 to win, with leading rider Paco Lopez aboard for our second leading trainer, Mike Simone. Congratulations to all the winning connections there of As the Bell Tolls in race 1. Let's take a look here at race 2. We'd kick off the early pick 4 in race 2. We're going 6 furlongs, beaten, claiming 5,000 for filly and mares 3 and up. Let's see what happens here in race 2.
Away and running. Good level start. Miss Neo shows good early speed. Style to Follow takes over the leading role, and in between rivals is Golden Filly. Latest edition is closing into the equation on the far outside, and those 4 tear away from the rest. Birdie's Cause tracks in 5th, Little Cry Babies in 6th, and Serrani is a lackluster last, midpoint of the backstretch. And Style to Follows the leader past the 4 furlong stick and shows the way 3/4 of a length, bracketed by every side. Latest edition starts to add fuel to the fire, and Miss Neo continues to scrape the paint in 3rd. Golden Filly is right there in a position to challenge. The red cap of Little Cry Baby is set alight and tries to pick off rivals one by one. Birdie's Cause in front of 1, and Serrani's last of all. Past the quarter pole they go. Latest edition kicks for home, but Little Crybaby continues to loom a dangerous presence, and Golden Filly's in for the fight as they turn for home. Latest edition right down the center of the Delaware Park track, but here comes Little Crybaby, who hits the lead, shown the whip, and is kicked away from the opposition. Latest edition sticking to this rival every single step of the way. Miss Neo battles Golden Filly for the balance, but it's all Little Crybaby over Latest Edition, Golden Filly, and Miss Neo.
Little Crybaby, the 5-year-old mare by Irish War Cry, rallies late to get the money for owner, trainer Nesville Hernan Balon. Nice ride there, jockey Jose Batista. Little Crybaby was 7-2 morning line, goes off at a generous 9-2 and pays $11.40 to win race 2. She's now a 5-time winner, and she's now made close to $100,000 in career earnings. Let's take a look here at race 3. Race 3 would kick off another pick 5. We're off the turf, a mile 70 yards on the main track. Maiden claiming $16,000 for filly mares 3 and up. Let's check out the action here from race 3.
Away and running. Good speed from Hotter Than Fire. Smoke Show also wants a piece of the early front-running action, and so does Good Axe. Tis Complex leaves Line of Frost very wide, and even deeper than that, a Star over Malibu. A charmed run for Good Axe now, dropping towards the inside, and already getting the reins shaken is just my imagination. It's a close-knit group around the first of 2 left turns, and Hotter Than Fire is the leader, and the lead is a very relaxed half a length as Smoke Show is right there chasing and hounding her speed in that second place position. Off the inside, Tis Complex with a good trip in that third place position right down the center of a muddy track today, and Line of Frost tracks in 4th. Good Axe continues to be a ground-saving 5th under a loose rein, not responding as of yet. Star over Malibu's trying to get closer to that one, and Just My Imagination showing the whip, and still a lackluster last with 4 furlongs to go. Hotter Than Fire continues to control the clock with that same half-length lead. Smoke Show continuing to get closer, and just like that, Smoke Show comes calling for the lead. Hotter Than Fire is going to try to counter in second. Tis Complex has sought the trip, and the other 4 going up and down like a merry-go-round past the 5/16, and Smoke Show comes calling for the lead. Hotter Than Fire needs to dig deep and find more. Tis Complex is 3 paths deep. A distant 4th is Good Axe, and Just My Imagination runs on 2 as they're homeward bound, and Smoke Show making short work of the opposition today. Hotter Than Fire ran huge in that second place position. Tis Complex and Good Axe, and that's how they'll finish. It's all Smoke Show on the board at 6-1. Smoke Show was a convincing looking winner today. Hotter Than Fire was second, Tis Complex was third, and Good Axe finished in 4th.
Third career start for Smoke Show. First time going long, and that puts her right into the winner's circle. Nice ride there, Javion Toledo, for my good friend, trainer Daniel Eubanks from Maryland. Smoke Show, the 3-year-old daughter of Taproot, breaks her maiden in her third career try. She goes off at 6-1 and pays $14.60. Real nice ride there by jockey Javion Toledo. Let's take a look here at race 4. Race 4 would be one of our upper level allowance features of the day to kick off another pick 5. We're going 6 furlongs here for 3-year-olds and upward. Let's see what happens here in race 4.
They're ready. Away and running. First one to break the line was Bouncer, but there goes the favorite Shane's Wonder, true to form so far, and Beach Colt is also right there amongst the top 3. Now, Yahoo Omar claims that third place spot. Temecula has one beaten, and Tenebris is at the back of the pack. So Shane's Wonder not having it all its own way, and now Beach Colt is right there applying that heavy pace pressure in second. There's a gap of 3 back to Yahoo Omar, who tracks with the rail. Bouncer's in between rivals. Temecula's deep on the track, and Tenebris is still last of all with 3 furlongs to go. Shane's Wonder continues to lead. Beach Colt continues the stalk. The middle back markers are starting to close in with Bouncer and Temecula wide and out of trouble as they turn for home. Shane's Wonder still in hand and in command. The jockey hasn't moved just yet. Beach Colt has tested his rival every step of the way, but Shane's Wonder asks for a bit more and kicks away with decisive authority. Beach Colt is running huge in defeat in a good battle between Temecula and Bouncer, but it's all over up top. 3-5 on the morning line, 3-5 at the off. Shane's Wonder has won it. Beach Colt was second all the way around, Temecula third, and Bouncer was 4th.
3-year-old son of Eastwood. He's now a 4-time winner from 5 starts. His first time facing older horses today, and he wins for fun with jockey Alicio Riaz aboard for trainer Alfredo Velasquez. 3 to 5 on Shane's Wonder. He paid $3.40 to win race 4. Let's take a look here at race 5. We're off the turf, going a mile 70 yards on a muddy track here in race 5. 25,000 starter allowance for 3-year-olds and upward. This race scratches down to a 3-horse field. Let's see what happens here in race 5.
Blue was the first one to show good early speed, but Ready as Ever is right there pushing the pace, and so is Kitten's Ploy. No breathers up top amongst the first 3. 7.5 furlongs to go, and the back class of Majestic Blue shows the way, but it's only a long neck at best. Ready as Ever, looking for win number 3 over the last 4 starts, is right there in the center pack of the field. And last of all is Kitten's Ploy, a long shot winner last time out. They leave the first turn behind, and Majestic Blue now tries to relax that speed and leads by only 1 length. On the far outside, Kitten's Ploy is right there eager to go, and so is Ready as Ever. Opening quarter in 23.5 seconds. It's Majestic Blue, Ready as Ever, and Kitten's Ploy. They're stacked right across the course, and Majestic Blue continues to lead. It's a hassle-free half-length lead at that, as Ready as Ever is poised to strike in that second-place position, but gets a niggle to stay with the speed, and the yellow blinkers of Kitten's Ploy is now 2 lengths down from the top. The half was posted in 47.4, and Majestic Blue still leads. Ready as Ever is trying to ping this leader right now, and these 2 guys go toe-to-toe at the 5/16 pole. Ready as Ever on the far outside in the white cap, but kicking right back is Majestic Blue. They race down to the quarter pole, and Majestic Blue still calls the shots. 3/4, 1:12 and 4/5 seconds. Ready as Ever takes the fight to that rival at the top of the stretch, and Ready as Ever trying to slip away, leads by a long neck. Majestic Blue is fighting on with everything he has, but Ready as Ever just had too much stalking ability today. Majestic Blue and Kitten's Ploy, that's how they'll finish. Ready as Ever is in front and has won it at 4 to 5 to beat Majestic Blue and Kitten's Ploy.
Hard to believe Ready as Ever went off the second choice here in race 5, as Majestic Blue went off your 3 to 5 favorite. So you got 4 to 5 here on Ready as Ever from your leading trainer Jamie Ness's-Barn. Nice ride there, jockey Martin Shawan. Ready as Ever, the 5-year-old son of More Than Ready, now a 3-time winner from 9 starts. He paid $3.80 to win race 5. If you hit the early pick 5, and we gave out a $32 ticket for the early pick 5 starting race 1, that ticket hit. The early pick 5 paid $540.50. Congratulations if you played along. Let's take a look here at race 6 to kick off the late pick 4. Nice salty group of 5,000 starter allowance runners here, 3 and up, optional claiming 8,000, 5.5 furlongs. Let's see what happens here in race 6.
The gate. Away and running. Reverend Moon breaks sharp, and New Year's Block Party showing good early speed, but that was short-lived as Double-Edged Sword comes calling for the lead. Double-Edged Sword takes the initiative with a 3-pronged attack right behind. Reverend Moon, Cut Glass, and New Year's Block Party. Curlin's Cruisin' is moving into 5th in front of Winner, then Biagio, and the one who botched the start was Wura around the bend at the 3.5. Double-Edged Sword with the money on gets a challenge from Reverend Moon, and they're 1-2 with 3 furlongs left to go. 2.5 lengths down from that one is New Year's Block Party. Cut Glass is also in the thick of it too, and Curlin's Cruising gets a reminder to stay on the speed. Here's the quarter pole for Double-Edged Sword. Continues to lead, and in hand too at the top of the stretch. Homeward bound, Double-Edged Sword leads by a length. Here comes New Year's Block Party. On the far outside is Reverend Moon, battling on his Cut Glass along with Curlin's Cruising. Inside the final 16th of a mile, Double-Edged Sword is still giving plenty. New Year's Block Party is chasing, but chasing in vain. The heavy favorite got it. Double-Edged Sword has won it over New Year's Block Party, Reverend Moon, and Curlin's Cruisin'.
Double-Edged Sword went off your 3 to 5 favorite here in race 6. However, the 2, Wara, who did not break very well, the stewards declared the 2, Wara, as a non-starter. Therefore, all the money bet on the 2 went to the post-time favorite, which was the 9, Double-Edged Sword. So you actually got 2 to 5 2-5 was the final price there on Double Edged Sword, who gives jockey Paco Lopez his second win of the day. The 6-year-old son of competitive edge, now a 9-time winner. He's now made over $200,000. He wins for owner breeder Marablu Farm of Kentucky and trainer Brett Brinkman. $280 the win price there on Double Edged Sword. Let's take a look here at race 7. Off the turf here in race 7. Nice maiden special weight, going a mile and a 16th for 3-year-olds and upward. We kick off the final pick 3 of the day here in race 7. Let's see what happens.
They're ready. Away and running. Good speed on the outside for Objection. Off the deck is Prominent, and so is No More Kings. Slobberknocker is reined in to be in a joint second place position, and that's the first quartet. Drop Shot came away in 5th, Seven's Good tracks in 6th. Uptown Frankie B has beaten 1, and Run Aaron Run was slow to go. 7 furlongs out and off the deck. Has a nice and relaxed lead and calls it a length and a long tail at best. No More Kings is right there chasing the speed in second, and Slobberknocker has the run of the race today in that 3rd place position. Objection continues to travel well, but is 4 paths deep at the 5.5, and there's a gap of 2 back to Run Aaron Run, who's on the march in 5th. Drop Shot's also on the same page, and now Uptown Frankie B heads 1, and Seven's Good is dropped away silently. 4.5 furlongs to go for off the deck. Continues to make play, leads 3/4 of a dwindling length. No More Kings ups the ante in 2nd. Objection is looming large on the far outside in 3rd. Slobberknocker comes under drive and is trying to mount a bid from 4th. With Run Aaron Run and Drop Shot, they turn again, and the first one to put the moves on off the deck is No More Kings. Objection in the blue cap is battling on, and Slobberknocker comes with a 4-wide kick as they pass the quarter pole. Objection gets the reins checked, and No More Kings is right there in for the fight. Slobberknocker is wide and trying to close in as they turn for home. Objection now trying to flee the scene, has a nose in front. No More Kings is unwavering up against the fence. Slobberknocker trying to get on track inside the final 16th of a mile. Objection is slowly pulling away. No More Kings grudgingly giving way. Objection's got it won. Objection has won it over a length. No More Kings was 2nd. Slobberknocker 3rd. Off the deck was 4th.
Objection was 4th in his debut, last out on the turf down at Colonial late June. He comes to Delaware Park for his 2nd career start in a well-bred 3-year-old colt by Curlin out of her Bernardini mare. He breaks his maiden in his main track debut. He went off 5-2 and paid $7.40. This is a real nice colt here for Rapoli Stable and trainer Brittany Russell. Sheldon Russell gave him a real nice ride today. 5-2, the final price on Objection. He paid $7.40. The pick 5 that paid out race 7, that paid $151.85. The pick 3, the $3 pick 3 that started race 3, it was races 3, 5, and 7. That pick 3 paid $245.70. Now, races 1 through 7 were run on a muddy track this afternoon. However, for races 8 and 9, the track was upgraded to good. So we had a good track for races 8 and 9. Race 8 is a nice first level allowance race for filly mares 3 and up, going a flat mile. Let's see what happens here in race 8.
Away and running. Pam Pam was off just a touch slow. Miss Sophistication, The Beach Goes On, Moon Cash, and La Touche. They gun it from their barriers, and up and around the first turn they go. La Touche comes away with a nose in front. Moon Cash is right there, sticking to that rival in 2nd. And Miss Sophistication smartly backs off this fast-paced tug-of-war in 3rd. The Beach Goes On travels in 4th. Pam Pam has 1 beaten, and nothing from Lord's Lady just yet. They leave the first turn behind, and Moon Cash, now with the dust settling, shows the way by only half a length, but La Touche is going to make her work hard for every single yard with 5 furlongs to go. The Beach Goes On is pulling hard under the rider's hands, tracks in 3rd with no excuses from here. Miss Sophistication has the run of the race and good enough, and Pam Pam on a mighty effort in that 5th place position continues to track sweetly. Around the bend they go at the 3.5. The first move is coming from The Beach Goes On, who's 3 wide. Moon Cash aggression between rivals. La Touche rides that rail. Here's Miss Sophistication revving up from fourth. Pam Pam trying to stretch her legs in fifth. And Lord's Lady is getting on track in a big way as they turn towards the quarter pole. Miss Sophistication setting off the trip. Jockey looks back and tries to kick away from the opposition. Homeward bound now, Miss Sophistication puts the pedal to the metal and kicks away when asked. The beach goes on with a good battle for second between Mooncash, La Touche, Lord's Lady, and Pam Pam was never near, but the one who sought off the pace was Miss Sophistication. Lord's Lady tries to move into second. Miss Sophistication has won it. Second got really close. La Touche, Lord's Lady, in a race for place photo.
Miss Sophistication gives jockey Paco Lopez his third win of the day. It's a real nice 3-year-old daughter of Into Mischief out of an Uncle Mo mare. They paid over $500,000 for this filly as a 2-year-old last year at the Fasig-Tipton Timonium sale. She went off 7-2 and wins for Colts Next Stable and trainer Jorge Duarte Jr. $940 the win price there on Miss Sophistication. The pick 5 that paid out race 8, that paid $81.75. Let's take a look here at the 9th and final race from Wednesday. Nice 25,000 starter allowance race here for 3-year-olds and upward, going 6 furlongs. Let's see what happens here in race 9.
Away and running. Spike Zone was the first one to hit the ground running. SS Sinatra came away with good early dash, and Grim Reaper is right there too. No Easy Days mixes it up, and those are the first 4 as they exit the chute. Intrepid's Legacy came away a handy 5th, and in front of 2 rivals, Witch's Magic Mule and Sacred Thunder. 4.5 furlongs to go for the heavy favorite. Spike Zone heads the group and leads 3/4 of a length. Grim Reaper right there, shadowing the speed every step of the way in second, and No Easy Days gets a couple of reminders to stay with the speed. SS Sinatra stays parked at the paint. Now Intrepid's Legacy starts to close in sweetly on the far outside. Past the 5/16 pole, and Spike Zone continues to lead, but on the far outside of the red cap, Intrepid's Legacy is going very wide, but advances a joint second, and SS Sinatra battling on as they turn for home. Spike Zone says, "Come and catch me in the lucky last," and is kicked away by 3, and the jockey is statuesque too. SS Sinatra chases in second, late on the scene. Here comes Intrepid's Legacy, and up the fence, Sacred Thunder with No Easy Days, but it's over up top. The heavy favorites got it done. Spike Zone powered down to win well. Over SS Sinatra, who was second, No Easy Days was third, and Intrepid's Legacy was fourth.
No gate issues today for Spike Zone. The 7-year-old son of Spicer broke sharp as your heavy 1-2 favorite, got right to the front under Paco Lopez, and he went all the way. Now the 7-year-old is a 19-time winner. He's made almost $750,000 in career earnings. He gives jockey Paco Lopez his 4th win of the day, the 2nd win of the day for trainer Jamie Ness. $3 the win price on Spike Zone. The late pick 5 paid $59.35. Congratulations to all the winning connections there of the talented 7-year-old Spike Zone. Let's get a quick commercial break. When we come back, I'll tell you about the rest of the week here at Delaware Park. All right, thanks again for joining us on Wednesday. Get ready for the rest of the week. We are racing, live racing Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. 9-race program for you on Thursday. No turf on Thursday. We had a tremendous amount of rain on Tuesday, so no turf on Thursday. Hopefully it'll be dried out for us on Friday and Saturday. We'll see. But we have 9 races for you tomorrow, Thursday, then an 8-race card on Friday and Saturday. Handle for Wednesday was pretty sharp today. Handle a little over $2.5 million. Thanks to all our fans and bettors for making it happen. Thanks to all the horsemen and horses for putting on the show this afternoon. We hope you have a great, safe Wednesday night, and we look forward to seeing you here Thursday at Delaware Park.
There's only one